Welcome, everyone, to our Freedom from Rent community and school. My name is David Barry, and I'm excited to guide you on this journey from paying rent to owning your own home. This first lesson is going to be all about laying the foundation, understanding where you stand financially before you take those steps towards home ownership. Now, over the next coming weeks, we're going to break down the home buying process into manageable parts, starting today with getting a clear picture of your financial situation. It's crucial to know exactly where you are so you can chart the most direct path to where you want to be, holding the keys, holding the keys to your very own home. Now, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Here is our course. So I want this to be you holding your key. I mean, this is going to be so amazing, and it's going to be such an exciting day. So here, with that being said, let's get started. So we have to, before considering a home purchase, we need to get a solid handle on your current financial health. That involves taking a close look at four components: your income, your savings, your debts, and your monthly expenses. Start with understanding how much you bring in every month, your reliable income sources, and next, look at your savings. How much have you put aside? Are you regularly contributing to that fund? Then consider your outstanding debts, such as credit cards, car loans, or student loans. Finally, analyze your expenses, both fixed costs like rent and variable costs like dining out, by painting a full picture of your financial baseline. You'll know what adjustments you need to make and how to best position yourself for a successful home purchase down the line. Next slide is going to talk about understanding your housing costs. Now, this is going to be really important so that you can paint this picture of becoming a homeowner. So next, let's focus on your current housing cost and where your money is going each month. You already know that your rent payment amount, you already know that, but don't stop there. Include utilities like electricity, gas, and water. Consider hidden fees that sometimes pop up. Maybe you're paying monthly for parking or extra storage, so make sure you include extra fees. Also think about insurance costs. Maybe you have renter's insurance and what you pay for maintenance or small repairs. By getting a detailed view of these costs, you'll understand how much money you're truly spending to keep a roof over your head right now. This will help you see what portion of your income could be redirected towards a mortgage and the ongoing expenses of owning a home. So again, just to recap, you need to understand how much are you paying every month for rent. All right, next slide. So the next one we're going to talk about is budgeting for home ownership. And with a clear picture of your income and your cost, the next step is to create a budget that moves you towards home ownership. Start by tracking every expense. You might be surprised at where some of your money goes. Maybe that daily coffee run adds up more than you think. Once you see these patterns, you can identify areas to cut back and direct those savings towards a dedicated home fund. Make sure you set a clear savings goal, whether it's a certain amount each month or a target number for your down payment. Finally, consider automating your savings. Setting up automatic transfers from checking to your savings account ensures that you'll consistently be building that nest egg without relying on willpower alone. Over time, these adjustments will strengthen your financial position and bring homeownership that much closer. And you know what? Isn't that what we're trying to do? We're trying to get everybody in this community to become a homeowner. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Now, this one, I'm very passionate about this one. This is credit score and purchasing power. And just so you know, I'm going to be doing a entire video on your next module. It's going to be talking about credit. So your credit score plays a huge role in determining the mortgage interest rate and loan products that you qualify for. Start by checking your score through reputable agents like Credit Karma or free online services. Once you have your score, identify areas for improvement. Maybe you need to pay down some credit card balances or ensure all your bills are paid on time. Every positive step you take improves your lending options. Yeah, that's right. It improves your lending options because by having better credit, you're more desirable for lenders to lend money to. Keep tabs on your score over time and celebrate. You need to celebrate your wins as it rises. In our next lesson, we're going to dive deeper, like I said, from building it up if it's lacking to maintaining a strong score that saves you thousands in interest over the life of the loan. All right, the next slide, let's get down here, is your understanding your debt to income ratio. Now, this is really important when it comes to the lender, and they're going to talk about this. And lenders, they do look closely at your debt to income ratio, or the acronym for that is DTI. This simple calculation measures how much of your monthly income goes towards paying off your debt. Generally, lenders prefer a total DTI of about 43% or less. Within that, the front-end DTI focuses on your potential housing costs, mortgage, taxes, and insurance, which should ideally not exceed 28% of your gross monthly income. The back-end DTI considers all your payments, including credit cards, car loans, and personal loans. This should be under 36%. Understanding these benchmarks helps you see if you're on track or if you need to reduce debt before applying for a mortgage. By aiming for a healthy DTI, debt to income ratio, you'll improve your chances of qualifying for a loan and securing favorable terms. And by the way, anytime you guys have questions about any of this stuff or you don't understand, please reach out to my lender and we can definitely answer your questions. All right, next slide. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is saving for your down payment. Now, this is probably one of the biggest hurdles to buying a home is saving for the down payment. And there are all kinds of programs too that we can get into, that no money down programs and things like that. But start by setting a clear, realistic goal. This might be 3.5% of your home's purchase price if you're considering certain loan programs, or more if you want to reduce your monthly payment. Obviously, the more money you put down, the less your payment's going to be. Don't forget to check out down payment assistance programs, like I said, grants or special loans for first-time home buyers. If it's an option, consider tapping into the family gift. We all know they can't take it with them, but so I have a lot of families that like to help out their children by helping them get into a house, and that is becoming a very common. Also retirement funds, but be sure to weigh any penalties or long-term impacts. Most importantly, create a structured savings plan. Break it down into manageable monthly goals so you can track progress as your down payment funds grow. Every dollar you set aside now brings you closer to unlocking that front door to your new home. All right, we're going to get to the last slide. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And on this one, I want to, let's see. Finally, none of the strategies we discussed will matter unless you cultivate the discipline to stick to them. Set clear financial goals, how much you'll save each month, which expenses you'll cut, and what timeline you're aiming for. Stay consistent. Treat your savings and debt reduction goals like non-negotiable appointments that you must keep. Prioritize savings and home-related financial planning above less essential purchases, and track your progress regularly. As you see improvements in your savings account or your DTI or credit score, you'll gain confidence that home ownership is within reach. Over time, these disciplined habits will become second nature, paving the way for you to break free from the cycle of renting. Well, that concludes week one. I hope you got a lot out of that. And I just want to say that wraps up our first lesson. Today, we laid the groundwork by understanding where you stand financially and what steps you need to take to move closer to home ownership. And let's face it, that's the ultimate goal for every member of this group. They want to become homeowners. They want to start building wealth for their family. Remember, this is just the beginning. We'll be diving deeper into credit, financing options, and more in the upcoming lessons. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to helping you move forward to your path to owning your own home. See you next time.